In this video, I thought to explore some minimalist tips and hacks I have learned recently that are easy to implement and will help you to simplify your life smarter, not harder. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Seve. I create content about creating a stress-free life through minimalism, self-care habits, and removing distractions from life in general. If that's something that you're interested in, then you are in the right place. In this video, I have included a lot of habits or hacks that you have sent me, that you have told me that you are doing, and I want to share those on this channel. The hack number one is actually from 2 different subscribers, and those comments got so many likes that I thought to share this as the first one in this video. For clothes, just hang it all backwards at the beginning of each season. When you use them and wash them, put the hanger back on the right side. End of the season, go through those you haven't turned back. Saves a lot of time. I think this is a very good method that I will start to use personally when I'm doing those transitions from a different season to another. It just helps you to clearly identify and see what are the clothes, which are the clothes that you are actually wearing and using, and which clothes are just taking extra space in your wardrobe. It just makes the whole decluttering process so much easier and straightforward. So at the beginning of each new season, just make sure that you leave those hangers backwards, whichever is backwards for you, and then after a few months decide whether you want to sell, donate, trash, repurpose the clothes that you didn't use. Let's go to the hack number 2, that is to have a place in your home that is just for you. And this is, in my opinion, especially important if you are living with non-minimalist, whether they are your partners or some roommates or family members. And even if you are living with minimalists, we all value different things, so sometimes their important things that they want to keep may seem just clutter to you. For me, this is my working desk in the office. It's just a place where I want to have only my things and make it look really mine. It's a space that I want to keep tidy to help me clear my mind and work and live stress-free. So a couple of tips I have when choosing this place is to have it from a room or area in your house where you are spending a lot of time and you want to do something that is very personal as well, and you want to have a good focus and your own peace. If you don't have a whole room for yourself, as I think many of us don't, then you can just have a corner of one room or one desk, for example, what I have, or even part of your wardrobe. It's important that you communicate to your roommates, family members, partners, wherever they are, that that is your space and you don't want any common things or especially any clutter from other people in there. The hack number 3 is to finish decluttering before you start tidying or organizing. And there are 3 main reasons to do it in this order. The first one is clarity. Discarding the things first gives you a clear view on how many things you need to actually store, making the whole organizing process later much more straightforward. The second one is efficiency. It prevents you from wasting time and energy planning and organizing these things that you might eventually declutter anyway. And the third, it reduces overwhelm. When you're just focusing on one task at a time, it just makes the whole process feel much more manageable. I think if you're not doing it in this order, you are just making the whole process more difficult for yourself. And I think there are also other benefits of decluttering and donating things. As one of my subscribers said, for me, donating unused items to a charity shop brings me the same satisfaction as buying new stuff. And I think that that is just true. That is a way to contribute as well to the society and other people. The fourth one is that when you are evaluating an item and its importance to you, ask yourself this: if this item spontaneously vanished or burned, would I feel relieved? If the answer is yes, give yourself the permission to just let go. I have had a lot of these items in my house, and many times I just wish that they would vanish and I wouldn't have to keep them or deal with them anymore, because sometimes it's a long process or it takes a lot of time and energy to, for example, sell something or take something to a donation center. So in those cases, I am 100% sure that I should definitely let this go and stop keeping it here. It's wasting space in my home. Hack number 5, take a moment to write down the most expensive materialistic purchases that you have made in the past decade. Maybe your car, your house, some jewelry, purses, furniture, stuff like that. Next to that list, make another list where you write down the 10 experiences that have brought you the most joy or that were the most valuable to you in the past decade. Maybe these are experiences like watching a sunset with a loved one, hiking with friends, watching your kids play sports, or just eating a Sunday dinner with your family. And then compare the two lists to see if they actually overlap. This exercise helps you to see where your money has gone versus what actually brings you joy and fulfillment. For me, some of the things there overlap. For example, having this apartment and inviting friends here, spending some nice time here and creating memories. But also I understand that I wouldn't necessarily need this house to have those moments. It's more about the people and what I did with them, and not about how much money I'm investing, for example, in this place. So this exercise kind of highlights the limited impact the materialistic or expensive things have in our lives and helps you to shift focus from those to creating memories and connecting with people overall. Hack number 6 is more like a digital minimalist hack from a subscriber called Dr. Smoothie. I like that name a lot. So his hack is to put your phone in the different pants pocket. I noticed that I kept pulling out my phone to check on it or scroll. By putting it in another pocket, it reminded me that I'm trying to not use it. Works for me when I'm out and about. Thank you so much for this tip. I know many people keep their phones in their purses or bags, but this is a very good one for those that keep their phones in their pockets. You automatically break the habit, which I think most of us have, of just flipping the phone and starting to scroll or check on it or something like that. And it helps you to stay more present and engaged in your surroundings. And I like so much that when you have it in the other pocket, you have a physical reminder all the time that, okay, this is not something that I want to do. Hack number 7 is also from a subscriber. I would like to recommend not buying a replacement for a thing you lost / was damaged / broke immediately. Sometimes you can actually find out that you didn't need it as you thought. I broke several plates, one pot has been burned terribly, some clothes were torn, and my desk lamp got broken and I didn't replace them straight away. I wanted to check first if I used them because I had them or if I had them because I needed them. In all those situations, several years later, I can say, I don't need them. I used other stuff that was already in my house. I like the term shop in your own house, big money saver. I like this comment so much because you are really patiently waiting to see if you actually need that or not. You have the courage to stay without it, and if you have some problems, then you have some problems, but at least then you know that it was really necessary. And also you have this kind of resourcefulness that if you don't have it right now, maybe you have something else in your house that you could use as a replacement for that thing. So you kind of create these creative solutions to fulfill a need. Hack number 8 is to do tidying in the evening. This one subscriber said that it's so wonderful to wake up in the morning when the living room and kitchen are clean. And I can 100% agree to this. When you wake up and you see that there's no clutter anywhere, the day just starts so much better. The mood is just higher and you feel so much more focused somehow. And at least for me, I think I sleep better. The overall sleep quality is better when I know that I did a little good thing before going to sleep, and I know that tomorrow it's nice to wake up. So it's like a double benefit there. I wouldn't do too much every evening, like spend a lot of time doing this. Just simply removing some visual clutter, tidying up the places, I think that is already enough to get the most out of this. Hack number 9. I usually suggest to avoid these just in case items or having a lot of unnecessary stuff in your house that you don't even use. But still, there are some things that even as a minimalist, and even if you will never use these just in case items, you should still have them in your home. And those are emergency items. Some items in this category could be a first aid kit, a flashlight, maybe a radio, some canned food or extra bottles of water. While I think there's a greater chance that you will never need this item, just having them somewhere ready and prepared can give you a peace of mind. So it's important for that mental minimalism. You can of course keep these items away from your home, maybe in your garage or in your car or some other designated place that is quite easy to access, but they don't make, for example, your closet look too cluttered. But just remember that no matter how much we prepare, we cannot be always prepared for everything. So there's no need to buy a whole warehouse just all for all your survival stuff. Aim for a good balance between readiness and practicality. Hack number 10, when decluttering items, make sure to keep those ones that are giving you value, that are making your life better and more joyful, rather than discarding everything just for the sake of discarding. It's not about decluttering or discarding. It's not about what you let go. It's about what you keep. If you declutter until the point that you have nothing else left than an empty house, I don't think that you will be too happy living there, at least for the long term. Of course, for some people, decluttering like 80% of their stuff will be the point where they don't have any more clutter in their opinion. But for some other people, it could be 10% because they have been always so mindful of what they are letting in their life. So this process is much easier. And of course, because we all evolve all the time, things that once were important to you, that you loved or liked, may just end up clutter after a certain period of time. So every now and then have these decluttering sessions where you review if something has become cluttered to you and what are the things that are still bringing you joy. If you want to watch another helpful video about minimalism, make sure to check this video next. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to stay kind and meaningful in your own beautiful journey. See you in the next one.